YouTube world is coffee. Tapping back in, man. Y'all see we got some hip hop news. As always, y'all know how we rock, man. So hit them buttons, flock with me, stay tuned, content coming, man. But jumping things right off, man. D12, Eminem, right? Were y'all fans of D12 at all? A lot of people I know, man, was like, yo, coffee, fuck all that ish. They wildin', they talking some other ish. As you know, they kind of had like a horrorcore comedy type element, or I don't know exactly what you want to call it to their music. But, you know, we know the group kind of ended, or not kind of, it's over after the passing of Proof. Even before that, there was kind of some delays and everything. I don't know, man. But at the end of the day, I think it's dope that M kept that promise, as, you know, to his bros, you know, that he came up with. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of had that pact between them. Whoever gets on, whoever gets that deal, whoever blows up, y'all got to come back and fuck with us and put us on. And he did it. You know what I mean? But anyways, seems they're dropping some not new music, but unreleased music, as they're putting out this 4-pack, I guess. A box set is what it is. It's coming out on Halloween, which is obviously, I believe, those from the D, let me know. I believe Halloween is Devil's Night. You know what I mean? That was the name of their first project, Devil's Night. And I believe they go around burning abandoned buildings. If y'all recall, in 8 Mile, we seen a little part. We saw that in the movie. Remember, they went burn that thing down. And almost got caught up in the jump off in the abandoned. But for real, I remember hearing like that's a Detroit tradition. Anyone from the D who catches this, let me know. But what the deal is there's going to be a 4-box set. It's the Underground EP, Return of the Dozen 1, Volume 1 and 2, and the Devil's Night mixtape. Round EP was recorded way back in 96, never came out. You see, it even had some of the different, like the lineup of D12, the different artists than what we knew mainstream wise. You know what I'm saying? I know all like the diehard fans or the fans from Detroit probably know all these artists. But R.I.P. Bugs is on there. IQ, DJ Head, Mr. Porter. And you see too on track 11, it's called Take the Whole World With Me. It's it's an Outsiders track featuring Bizarre, Eminem, and Pace One. So that's lit. You know what I mean? When we covered the whole thing with As Is, the M As Is beef, it was kind of wild. Like a lot of the fans, you know, didn't really know that M and Bizarre were fucking with the Outsiders, you know. So he came back, put D12 on. He did some work with the Outs or whatever, but they didn't get as familiar mainstream wise, you know. But comment, let me know what y'all think about this. They're talking too, like the media is talking, oh, this could be the earliest Eminem music we ever heard of. Like, not really. We heard that whole one mixtape, the very controversial one from all the way back, I think before M was even fucking with D12, you know. But R.I.P. Proof. And that the baby, that ish goes hard. Y'all fucking with it, let me know in the comments. The baby just dropped a new album, and what's going on here, man, is Meek Mill hitting, you know, social networks saying that they got the baby halfway blackballed out here in the industry, man. Who y'all think's behind it? He says they blatantly blackballing the baby. Not my business, but I'm an observer. So not even halfway, I guess. Meek Mill saying it's all the way going on active with the blackballing, trying to stall out his career. His numbers are way down on this new album he's got out. Baby on Baby 2, I guess, did 20K first week. His last project, Blame It on the Baby, 124,000 first week. And the baby even posted on his own Instagram, you know, reflecting on the sales, saying not bad for a blackball baby. So we know dating back to Rolling Loud. Y'all remember, right? Them comments the baby made. We're not going to get into even exactly what they were. You know what I mean? I'll probably throw it on the screen if y'all forgot to refresh your memory. But I don't know, man. You guys remember what Fat Joe was saying back then about the mafia, right? Do y'all think that they stalling out the baby's career? We saw him get dropped from a lot of concerts and tours and and appearances after that. But I thought, that bad momentum kind of got away from him. But I don't know. Seems it's stalling his career out, man. The industry's a motherfucker. What do y'all think?
I've been platinum before most niggas. Shock G
Digital Underground
was the leader of Digital Underground, but Tupac was a little homie in the crew. You can go look at an old video I put out. It's like Short Dogs in the House live in concert or something. And Shock G he's backstage being like the behind the scenes host for my video. And Tupac just a little nigga in the background, he's a little homie. But Tupac started coming of age. And I really, I looked at him, and I was like, I like the nigga, right? I looked at him, I seen it, but I'm East Oakland nigga, right? And I'm like, I seen him. He used to always keep his little thing. He was not a punk. He was like ready for whatever. He was a real one. But I was like, I cannot bring this nigga around my homies because it's gonna be like oil and fire. Right. And I was like when Tupac got to LA and they let him get around, he went 10,000 miles an hour. I knew it. I was like, I cannot bring this nigga around my homies. So I literally made a conscious effort to not ever bring Tupac to. Like he got Richie, he found his way to Richie Rich.
Right.
Richie Rich plugged him. They, all that. Brenda's got a baby and all that. You know what I mean?
Right. G's get to go.
My homies call.
That's one of my favorite songs.
When my homies call. Yeah. You look at my homies call. That's Richie Rich in the drop top, and he gave Pac the town. But I said I wouldn't do it because I didn't want that guilt of this. I knew he was gonna take to that shit
absorb it.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't bring him around the niggas because the kind of niggas I was running with at the time, they'd have been like, oh, you want to be a G? Come on, nigga. Right. Come on, nigga, let's go be a G. I was like, I'm not doing that to him.
Living hip hop legend, Bay Area legend, Too Short. Y'all hear him there, man, on the what's that? The 85 South, is that what it's called? Comedy podcast. They got some fire content over there, but you hear him, man. He was trying to be a big homie, so to speak, I guess, to Pac. I guess they lived in the Bay Area at the same time. As we know, Pac lived in Marin City or whatever when he's coming up, and you heard him. He knew him way back, dating, to the Digital Underground days. It's so wild to see Pac in the background dancer role. You know what I mean? But he paid his dues, did what he had to do to get his foot in the door in the game, and obviously we know went on to be the biggest rapper of all time. I mean, I know there's that whole debate or whatever, but it's wild, man. Too Short was trying to look out. Comment if y'all got bros like that when you were coming up, man. Like, I remember my one bro used to be like, I would chill with him, we'd be outside or whatever, but he'd be like, yo, at a certain point in time, that cab would pull up and he'd be like, coffee, get home safe, my G. And, Too Short seen Pac's personality and how he was, and he didn't want him to get around some of his homies in the street. And it's so crazy that later on, obviously, we know that night in Vegas, a lot of people feel, let me know what y'all think about that, man. Do you think Pac was like influenced, like wanted to put in work, or whatever the case may be, from the individuals that was around when he went in and stalled off on Orlando, or what? But it's just to hear Too Short, you're like, yo, he was trying to be an elder, a wise man. Obviously, we know the way things played out. R.I.P. to Pac. It's wild, too, because Too Short also went on to talk about in Vegas that day, the Tyson fight, he seen Pac. And they were supposed to link up. As we know, when Pac was killed, they were on the way over to that Club 662. And, Pac had seen him earlier, I guess, a few hours before that. And he said, yo, come to 662. It's going to be an open mic. You know what I mean? We're going to be up in there. It's going to be lit. And, Pac never made it, man. R.I.P. Close things out. I just wanted to tap in real quick about this, as I know a lot of individuals that I tap in with who watch my content or whatever do watch a lot of the prison YouTubers out here. And man, I just wanted to tell y'all about this channel. I've been seeing this individual coming up. I've been binge watching his ish as of late. I'm fucking with him. Let me know if you're tuned in as well. We're talking about Cartoon. He's the cat that I saw break the news about the C-Mac Jap 5 scrap from behind bars. As I believe he said Jap 5 is his stepson. They said Jap 5 had them hands, man. gave it to C-Mac, reportedly. That's, yo, what did you think? A lot of people thought C-Mac, being a bigger dude, was going to get that one. But, you know, that's like, you know what I'm saying? You can't get caught up in the internet-ish at the end of the day. Like, you never know how a fight's going to really go down. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, aside from that, I've been binge watching this ish, and in this one video he had where he's talking about the Alabama prison system. I guess that's where he did time at. That's where he lives, but he's a native of the West Coast. And he was talking about the different gangs. Like, I guess people want to know all about them gangs behind the wall in Bama. And man, it's like so wild with the prison genre, right? Like, why do squares and you know, cats just tapped into the content coming on? Like, same thing like how with true crime, people love to hear about true crime. Why is that gang life so popular? What do y'all think, you know, as to the squares or whatever? Or just people tuned into the content. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. I want to know what y'all think, why it is that way. But anyways, one thing he was saying about when he did his time, I don't know what year it was. Like I said, I'm just getting acquainted with this man's channel. And I'm fucking with it. Let me know if you are, again, in them comments. But he was talking about how when Lil Wayne hit you know, blew up, and he was repping that, you know, that he was a blood, how things changed on a level where everyone wanted to run out and be a blood, and you saw it more. That, I guess he was saying that back then, prior to that, everyone wanted to be a Crip in Alabama, but like, or there was more Crips or something to that effect. But when Wayne started repping that blood, everyone in the South was like, they wanted to be on that Lil Wayne-ish. What do y'all think about that? Wherever you live in the country, was that true to you? That once Wayne came out, like, the whole blood thing became a trend? No disrespect to anyone who is claiming any gang or anything. As I always tell y'all, I'm a square. It just ain't about that. We're talking about this from an entertainment perspective. But I remember my bro, who's from the West Coast, told me back in the day he had a brother who is a blood or was a blood. You know what I mean? His brother ain't active no more, don't even live in the state of California anymore. But he was saying that when his brother was growing up, if you were a blood, you were heavily outnumbered out there on the West Coast. You know, I don't know, like, industry wise, from fans of music seeing what's going on in the rap game and being influenced with gangs. Prior to Wayne, what was it? Was it Snoop and the Dog Pound that had you know what I'm saying, Crip more popular, or what? Tap in and comment. You know what I mean? Comment with your thoughts on the actual streets if y'all want to share that, if you really come for that life, or you don't, or you just lived on the West Coast, or you lived somewhere where the gang culture was around. You know, what you saw from the streets and what you seen from the entertainment side of things, from rappers and from people just wanting to get into this ish like it's a trend. Tap in and comment below. But that's going to conclude this video. Tap in, let's talk. As always, want to see what y'all say in them comments. Don't forget to sub up. Stay tuned. Daily videos, music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. And make sure you're tuned in on both channels, y'all. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Peace.